Assalamu alaikum. Dear student, hope you are doing well. Today I am going to conduct a class for you. The subject is biology for the students of class 9-10. Chapter 4, that is about bioenergetics. Last classes we have talked about the photosynthesis process, and today's the topic is limiting factors and the importance of photosynthesis. Today you will be able to understand what is limiting factors, what are the external factors of photosynthesis, what are the internal factors of photosynthesis, and the importance of photosynthesis. The external factors would include the availability of the following: sunlight, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature, and water. All these factors simultaneously affect the rate of photosynthesis. Since all these factors interact and affect photosynthesis or carbon dioxide fixation, one of these factors are the major cause is the one that limits the rate of photosynthesis. So, at any point the rate will be determined by the factors available at suboptimal levels. When several factors affect any biochemical process, Blackman's law of limiting factors comes into the effect. Now, what is Blackman's law of limiting factor? The law states that if a chemical process is affected by more than one factor, then its rate will be determined by the factor which is nearest to its minimal value. It is the factor which directly affects the process if its quantity is changed. For example, despite the presence of a green leaf and optimal light and carbon dioxide conditions, the plant may not photosynthesis if the temperature is low. If this leaf gets optimum temperature, it will start the photosynthesizing. So, the external factors affecting photosynthesis. The rate of photosynthesis is defined in terms of the rate of the oxygen production per unit mass of green plant tissues or per unit weight of total chlorophyll. So, the main factors are the external factors, light intensity, wavelength, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature, water supply, and lastly, pollution. Now, we'll talk about the effects of light. Light intensity. The rate of photosynthesis would go up as intensity is increased, because the more light a plant absorbs, the more photosynthesis can occur, which will lead the production of more ATP, and this will be used to produce more glucose. However, very high intensity slows down the rate as it bleaches the chlorophyll. So, chlorophyll cannot work. Normal sunlight is quite sufficient for a normal rate of photosynthesis. Now, the effects of wavelength. We know different colors of light can affect how much photosynthesis can occur because only certain colors are absorbed. The more color that is absorbed, the more light that is absorbed, which will lead more photosynthesis and eventually more ATP and more glucose. Photosynthesis depends upon the absorption of light by pigments in the leaves of plants. The most important of this is chlorophyll A. Now, the effects of carbon dioxide concentration. As carbon dioxide concentration rises, the rate at which sugars are made by the light-independent phase reaction increases. In the atmosphere, the concentration of carbon dioxide ranges from 0.03 to 0.04%. However, it is found that 0.1% of carbon dioxide in the atmospheric increases the rate of photosynthesis significantly. This is done in greenhouse where plants are grown under controlled condition obtaining carbon dioxide from gas burner. Now the effects of temperature. The dark reactions being enzymatic are temperature controlled. Though light reactions are also temperature sensitive, they are affected by temperature to a much lesser extent. The C4 plants responds to higher temperature and shows higher rate of photosynthesis. C3 plants have much lesser temperature optimum. The temperature optimum for photosynthesis of different plants depends upon the habitat they are adapted to. For example, tropical plants have a higher temperature optimum than the plants adapted to the temperature tolerant climate. Temperature effect. The temperature has an effect on the rate of photosynthesis. An optimum temperature ranging from 25 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade required for a good rate of photosynthesis. At temperatures around 0 degrees centigrade, the enzymes stop working, and at very high temperature, the enzymes are denatured. Here we can see the graph shows the effect of temperature on the rate of photosynthesis. We can see 0 degrees temperature and the photosynthetic rate is 0, and higher temperature up to 30 or 35, the photosynthesis rate is going higher, and then again 40 to upwards it was coming down. Now the effects of water. Though water is one of the reactants in the light reaction, the effect of water as a factor is more on the plant rather than directly on photosynthesis. Water stress causes the stomata to close, reducing the carbon dioxide availability. Water stress also makes leaves wilt, thus reducing the surface area of the leaves and their metabolic activity as well. So water supply is necessary because water is an essential factor in the photosynthesis. The lack of water not only causes the plant to wilt, but also limits the quantity of carbon dioxide entrance. This happens as when the leaves are dry, they close their stomata in order to conserve the water being lost as water vapor through them. Then the effect of oxygen. This is also an important external factor of photosynthesis. If the concentration of oxygen increases in atmosphere, the rate of photosynthesis decreases. Conversely, the rate of photosynthesis increases with the decrease of oxygen in the atmosphere. But photosynthesis totally stops, or photosynthesis stops completely in the absence of oxygen. So we can see the graph of oxygen concentration and photosynthesis rate. Here we can see the higher atmospheric oxygen level and the lower rate of photosynthesis. And when it's going low, the photosynthesis rate is going high. Next, pollution. Pollution of the atmosphere with the industrial gases produces soot that blocks stomata and reduces the transparency of the leaves. Other pollutants are ozone and sulfur dioxide. In fact, lichens are very sensitive to sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere. Pollution of water affects the hydrophytes. The capacity of water to dissolve gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen is greatly affected, and that slows down the photosynthesis process. Mineral nutrient elements in the soil. Potassium, nitrogen, and magnesium are mineral nutrients that are required in large quantities by plant. These elements critically contribute to the process of photosynthesis and the subsequent long-distance transport of photoassimilators, as they are component of chlorophyll. If potassium or magnesium is not present in sufficient quantities in photosynthetic tissue, complex interaction of anatomical, physiological, or biochemical responses result in a reduction of photosynthetic carbon assimilation. Effect of chemical substances. So, if some chemical substances in the photosynthetic area, it will have a great effect. The process of photosynthesis inhibited or completely stopped if the chloroform, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrogen fluorides, methane, or any other poisonous gases are present in the air. We have talked about the external factors. Now the internal or plant factors of photosynthesis. These are as follows: leaf anatomy, chlorophyll, age and number of leaves, amount of carbohydrates, enzymes and hormones, potassiums. First, the leaf anatomy. Leaf anatomy influences the rate of diffusion of carbon dioxide into the mesophyll cells, availability of light, rate of translocation of end product, etc. The important anatomical structure influencing them are the size, structure, position, and frequency of stomata, thickness of epidermis and cuticle, distribution and number of vascular strands, size and distribution of intercellular spaces, etc. Crunch anatomy is specific for C4 plants. Leaves with crunch anatomy are more efficient in photosynthesis because of the division of labor between mesophyll and bundle cells. Next point is chlorophyll concentration. As we know that chlorophyll is the place where the photosynthesis happens, so chlorophyll concentration is so important for photosynthesis. The concentration of chlorophyll affects the rate of reaction as they absorb the light energy needed for the reactions. Lack of chlorophyll or deficiency of chlorophyll result in chlorosis or yellowing the leaves. It can occur due to disease as mineral deficiency or natural process of aging. Lack of iron, magnesium, nitrogen and light affect the formation of chlorophyll and thereby causes chlorophyll. Another internal factor of plant, the leaf age. As a leaf develops, the rate of photosynthesis rises with the age till it becomes maximum at its full maturity. Afterwards, the rate of photosynthesis begins to decline as aging brings about deactivation of enzymes and degeneration of chlorophyll. So here we can see the graph, the relation between age of leaves and rate of photosynthesis. This is the age of leaf and this is the rate of photosynthesis. So here we can see the young leaf photosynthesis rate is lower, and while it's getting matured, the photosynthesis is going higher and it is highest in the mature leaf, and after maturation when it gets aging, the photosynthesis rate is coming down. Now another factor of leaves, that is number of leaves. Photosynthesis does not occur in the absence of chlorophyll. Therefore, variegated leaves produce less organic food than the completely green leaves. Plants contain less leaves contains less chlorophyll. So with the number of leaves, the rate of photosynthesis is accelerated. Amount of carbohydrates. Slow rate of translocations causes accumulation of photosynthetic end product, that is glucose, during afternoon. So when in the morning they start photosynthesis, it is going on high speed, and all day long production of glucose stores in the leaf, and in afternoon it becomes slower rate of photosynthesis as the stored products are in the maximum space of the leaf. This reduces the rate of photosynthesis. Now the effects of enzymes and hormones. We know some hormones, phytohormones like cytokinin and gibberellins increase the rate of photosynthesis, but abscisic acid reduces the process. So thus the hormones plays an important role in photosynthesis. Enzymes. Several enzymes are required for the process of photosynthesis. As we know, the Rubik's enzyme, the ATP synthase enzyme, these enzymes. So presence of these enzymes are very important for the process. Potassium. It is a very important internal factor of photosynthesis because enzyme activators of photosynthesis include potassium and sulfur. Lower availability of any of these minerals reduces the rate of photosynthesis. Now we'll talk about the importance of photosynthesis. We all know about the importance. Now we are going to read the point basis of the importance. First, the photosynthesis and sun energy harnesses the sun's energy into the utilizable form of energy on Earth, a process that most biological organisms are unable to perform. ATP is used to power these processes, converts light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose. Then the process of cellular respiration converts energy in glucose to energy in the form of ATP, which is used to power biological processes. Now, photosynthesis and carbon dioxide removal. It was another importance of photosynthesis. First, it converts carbon dioxide into oxygen. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide leaves the atmosphere and enters the plant and leaves the plant as oxygen to the atmosphere. Okay, here we can see that carbon dioxide is coming into the leaves by stomata, and after reaction production of the glucose, it was going out to the atmosphere from the plant as the form of oxygen, a process which is ecologically and environmentally important in nature. Now, the importance of photosynthesis. About the photosynthesis and the ecosystem. The energy produced by the photosynthesis forms the basis of virtually all terrestrial and aquatic food chain. As a result, photosynthesis is the ultimate source of carbon in the organic molecules found in the most organisms. The high oxygen concentration in the atmosphere is derived directly from the lag reactions of photosynthesis. Prior to the evolution to photosynthesis on Earth, the atmosphere was anisotropy. Now, the photosynthesis and side product. Solar energy transformed by photosynthesis is the source of countless vegetable, animal, and organic side products. Wood is a very important material used as fuel and in many fields including construction. Paper, cotton, and other natural fiber consist of cellulose produced almost entirely by photosynthesis plants. Wool depends on the energy of shape obtained from the grass and photosynthesis. So in a word, we can say that all plants and animals are dependent on the sun for energy. This energy is made available to them by the process of photosynthesis. Man, like other animals, is dependent on the plants for their food. So, no photosynthesis, no life. Hope this class will help you to understand the factors and the importance of photosynthesis. And with the help of this class and your textbook, I have set a simple creative question for you to answer. Here is a question, and I also made the answer sheet in next slide. I hope that you will try to answer this question at home and will check it with the answer sheet I have given in the slide and mark it at your own capacity. So the question, here we can see an image showing a process and marking two substances. One is A and another is mentioned as B. So question number A of creative question carrying marks 1. This is which process is shown in the picture. The answer is here. The photosynthesis process is shown in the picture. Now the question number B. What do you understand by the limiting effects of B mentioned part of the stem? So this is the stem and the B mentioned part is oxygen. So you have to understand, you have to write the limiting effect of oxygen. So the answer is there. B mentioned part of the stem is oxygen and it has limiting effect in the process of photosynthesis. Because if the concentration of the oxygen increases in the atmosphere, the rate of photosynthesis decreases. Conversely, the rate of photosynthesis increases with the decrease of oxygen in the atmosphere. Photosynthesis stops completely in the absence of oxygen. And this is enough for the question now B to answer because this only carries 2 marks. Now about the C, question number C, that is, write down the importance of photosynthesis for living organism. I have given the answer in the next slides. First you will try by yourself and then you will compare the answer sheet given by me. Okay, that's the answer of question number C. Now question on D. The process is important for environmental balance. Describe your own point of view. So here you have to write the importance, but the only side that related to environmental side, not in economical side, not in biological side, only the environmental balance side. Here you can include the carbon-oxygen balance, the trees, the plantation, everything. So with the help of your book, you can answer you can write the answer and compare with the answer I have given. That is the answer of D now question. Think it will help you to make answers, and you can do more question answering at your home like that. So thank you for today's class. Hope this help you to learn at home. Stay safe, stay home. Thanks to all.